Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another What's for Dinner video. This week's video is a collab with Kayla, the unmodern millennial. She is your budget-friendly food fanatic, bringing you lots of budget-friendly grocery hauls and What's for Dinner videos. I asked her if she would like to collab and she was so very nice to agree to collab with me. So thank you very much, Kayla. I will leave her channel link in the description box down below. Be sure to check her out if you haven't already. And let's get started. First up is Cheeseburger Soup. We just had this a few weeks ago, but our weather is starting to warm up, and my husband absolutely loved this soup, so I wanted to make it again before it was too warm to have soup. So to my pan, I have 2 pounds of ground beef. I'm going to season it with salt, pepper, onion, and garlic powder. Brown it up, and then drain off any excess fat. Once my ground beef is done, I'm going to switch to a stock pot and bring up 3 tablespoons of olive oil and 3 tablespoons of butter to temperature to saute half a bag of shredded carrots and 1 medium onion chopped. I'm also going to add in 2 teaspoons of dried basil and about 4 tablespoons of parsley. After the carrots and onions have sauteed for about 5 minutes, I'm going to add in 9 cups of water, 6 potatoes cubed, 3 tablespoons of chicken bouillon, our ground beef, and then bring everything up to a boil, drop it down to a simmer, and let it simmer until the potatoes are soft. For a roux to thicken up the soup, I'm going to melt 4 tablespoons of butter, then add in 1/4 cup of flour, cook it until it's smooth, and then add it to the soup. After incorporating the roux, I'm going to add in 8 ounces of cubed velveeta and stir it in to melt. Lastly, I'm going to add in 1/4 cup of sour cream, stir to combine, and then we're ready to eat. To go with our soup, I'm going to make some homemade yeast rolls. So to my mixer, I have 2 1/4 cups of warm water, 1 tablespoon of yeast, 1/3 cup of sugar, 1/3 cup of shortening, 1/4 cup of powdered milk, 2 1/4 teaspoons of salt, and 5 cups of flour. I'm going to mix this to combine, and when a dough forms, I'm going to add in 2 additional cups of flour and then knead it for 6 minutes. After kneading your dough for 5 minutes, remove it to a bowl that has been sprayed with nonstick spray, cover it with plastic wrap, and then let it rise for 1 hour. After an hour, roll your dough into a lightly floured surface, then divide into approximately 24 rolls. I do this by taking my index and thumb and pushing the dough from the bottom to form into a roll. Then place on a parchment-lined baking sheet, covered, and let it rise for 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, bake the rolls for 15 minutes at 350 degrees. Next up was crock pot chicken and gravy over rice with corn and peas. So to my crock pot, I'm adding in 2 cans of cream of chicken soup, 2 cans of cream of mushroom soup, and 2 packets of chicken gravy. I'm also adding in a little onion powder, garlic powder, and red pepper flakes. I'm going to whisk everything to combine, add in some chicken breasts, and then cook on low for 8 hours. To my Instant Pot, I'm adding in 2 cups of white rice, 2 1/2 cups of water, 2 1/2 teaspoons of chicken bouillon, 2 teaspoons of olive oil, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. I'm going to stir everything to combine and then cook on high pressure for 8 minutes. After 8 minutes, I'm going to do a natural release for 10 minutes and then fluff everything to combine. When the chicken is done, I'm going to shred it in the crock pot, then serve it over the rice with some yummy veggies on the side. Next, my husband made a baked spaghetti and garlic bread. But to get him started, I'm going to brown up 2 pounds of ground beef, seasoned with pepper and garlic salt. Then I'm going to drain off the excess fat, and then my husband is going to take over. To the pan, my husband is adding in 2 cans of pasta sauce, the ground beef, oregano, Italian seasoning, Parmesan cheese, red pepper flakes, and salt and pepper. He's going to stir everything to combine and then put a lid on it and let it simmer for about 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, he's going to give it a stir and then add in a little bit more Parmesan cheese. Then, let it simmer for another 30 minutes. After 30 minutes, he's going to give it one more stir, add in a little bit more Parmesan cheese, and then he's going to assemble the baked spaghetti. After draining the pasta noodles, he's going to return them to the pot, then add the pasta sauce, then stir to combine. After everything is combined, he's going to put it in a casserole dish, top it with ricotta cheese, mozzarella cheese, and then set aside while he makes his bread. For the bread, he's going to cut a loaf of French bread in half lengthwise, then spread on some softened butter, then season it with Italian seasoning, red pepper flakes, Parmesan cheese, and mozzarella cheese, and then place it and the spaghetti under a low broiler for about 10 minutes. This is, without a doubt, the best spaghetti in the world. Thanks, babe. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed, and I hope that you found some menu inspiration. If you did, let me know in the comments down below. Thank you again to Kayla for doing this collab with me. If you're coming over from Kayla's channel, let me know in the comments down below, and I hope that you subscribe, and I hope to see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys!